Hello, I'm Karen Harding. Take this opportunity to review part of a paper I've been working on. This section is called Lack of Governance in the Central North Island. I've got my sunglasses on as it's quite glary today in my office by the computer screen. So let's review this. Lack of governance in remote communities in New Zealand gained public attention during the trial of the Urwera 4. The alleged offending involved an organised criminal group with firearms operating military-style training camps in the Urwera Mountains near Rotoki. The Crown case was that the training exercises were to equip participants to commit acts of kidnap, sabotage and armed combat, essentially guerrilla warfare. The police asked the Solicitor General to consider laying charges under the Terrorism Suppression Act. There was concern people were planning an armed uprising to form an independent state on tribal land if peaceful means did not succeed in settling Tuhoe tribal grievances with the Crown. The defence argued that the accused were training to do security work and were not engaged in terrorism. An ex-Navy drill instructor who put the participants through their paces and the bush said their skill level was abysmal. Academic Urwera described the lead offender, Tamati Iti, as a master of theatre, not a terrorist. Ione argued that the people involved were harmless, stating Rotoki will never invade Auckland. Who will pay for the gas? It is considered that due to the isolation of the area, no one was ever in danger. More than 20 local people were charged with offences. The Supreme Court ruled much of the evidence obtained from search and surveillance operations inadmissible due to breaches by the police of the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act. The majority of the accused were discharged. The trial for the remaining 4 accused, who were not discharged, was held at the Auckland High Court in a high-density metropolitan area, nothing like the small remote community they came from. The process of getting to the jury trial took 5 years. The 4 accused were acquitted by the jury on charges of being in an organised criminal group. They were found guilty of unlawfully being in possession of firearms and a restricted weapon, namely Molotov cocktails. Justice Rodney Hanson said when sentencing the 2 male Maori offenders to terms of imprisonment that they were establishing a private militia which was undermining our democratic institutions and an enema to our way of life. The other 2 offenders are male and her Caucasian male partner, who normally resided in Wellington, received sentences of home detention for unlawful possession of firearms. The convictions are being appealed. One of the grounds is that the trial process failed to take into account the cultural and community context in which the allegations occurred. Tuhoe historian Tamati Kruger asserted the Tuhoe community would not have tolerated violent activism as alleged by the Crown. A local commentator posted this on the internet. The prevailing attitude with regard to the criminality of those involved, i.e. possession of firearms, etc., is so what? Everyone here has guns and nobody registers them for a firearms licence. There's no gas station here, so people keep petrol in containers. In short, no one did anything wrong and we're the innocent victims of police. Rather than engaging with the local community, the police used surveillance devices concealed on private Maori-owned land. The Rotoki community complained the police were culturally ignorant, heavy-handed and behaved like stormtroopers, increasing community distrust towards them. Peter Williams QC asserted police breached the civil rights of the residents of the town. Local women said they were ordered out of bed in the early hours of the morning by armed police who wore black commando gear. Children were subjected to intimate body searches and damage was done to homes, which the police did not remedy, and the police refused to apologise. The police roadblocks took the same formations as the historical confiscation line, giving rise to the grievances between Tuhoe and the Crown in the 1980s. Dr. Peter Sharples, co-leader of the Maori Party, lamented the terror raid on Rotoki set race relations back 100 years. Thank you.